questions for Shai.
Stacey, in the fourth quarter, you guys were able to turn the defense up to degree that you would normally like to have for 48 minutes. How were you guys able to get to that point, and what would you like to replicate from that moving forward?
Played with a little more energy. Really just found a way to get stops for the most part of the night, from like the second quarter to like the first little bit of the fourth. They had their way offensively, and then we were going against a set defense going the other way, and it's always hard to play against set defense every time coming down. So our offense wasn't as fluid, obviously, because of the defense. But yeah, we were able to figure out how to get stops that late in the game.
So, I imagine the offense would be easier when if Chet was around, if Hart was around. But how would you describe just how many variables, how many things have to go right without those two for the offense?
Yeah, both those two guys affect the game in a big way and make things easier for everybody on the court. Yeah, we have to just execute better. You can never bet on makes and misses. Those fluctuate, obviously. But yeah, we just have to execute better, play with a little bit more force. But yeah, we'll be all right.
And Doug was saying that he felt like the game, when you guys cut back into it at the end, he felt like that energy started happening when you turned up the defense. Just the offense turned around then. How sustainable is that energy to kind of fuel your offense?
Yeah, it makes everything easier. Like I said, you're able to get stops and get in transition. The game comes easier. You get better shots. If you don't get stops, they score and are able to get back on defense. Their defense is set. There's 5 guys looking at the ball. They can scheme however they want, but when it's transition, you don't get a chance to do all that. So yeah, just our defense turning into offense really helped us late in the game. Just a little bit too late.
A follow-up. I just wonder, I guess I'm asking, you think no matter who's on the floor, that's something that can be sustained for 82 games?
Absolutely. The teams that win because they're really good defensively. That's what we want to do. We want to win. So if we want to win, we better sustain it for 82 games and then some.
I get that defense to click into gear in the fourth quarter at a higher level. What was different once you got to the fourth and were able to get to that groove?
Just playing harder. That's really it. Holding each other accountable the whole game, playing 48 minutes. The game wasn't going our way, and we did a good job not, hanging our head and just kind of battling through it, and kind of just a little bit too late. But I think how we end the game is how we would like to start the game, and I think we would have a different result. And then we were slow coming out the gates last game too. So,
just I guess along those lines, you could maybe argue that last game started similarly and ended similarly. Do you see any similarities in the starts and finishes?
Yeah, it's just slow, bad defense to start, and then everybody's comfortable, and it's hard to stop teams when they're comfortable, no matter who you're playing. And that roster that we just played has a lot of hungry guys that are, trying to make a name for themselves and trying to get into their rotation, and they're trying to figure stuff out. So, and they're like almost 500, so like they're still like competing, and guys are like getting in a groove. So if you don't shut that off early, they just have confidence throughout the whole game. And it was kind of the same thing with Dallas. I feel like probably not the same situation as the Spurs, but just you have, when you let guys get comfortable early, it's hard to kind of course correct that over the course of 48 minutes.
And you mentioned comfort. Keldon kind of led that run in the second quarter. When a guy like that goes on a run like that, just how tangible are the after effects?
Just gives the whole team confidence. You could tell that they had energy, got their fans into the game. Obviously, he played well too, so that's just one of those things that I'm talking about, is when you let people be comfortable to start the game, it's really hard to turn that off.
Sorry,
Go ahead, last one.
you had
Yeah,
5
just
steals
check.
tonight, and then 3 of them in the fourth quarter. What were you seeing that you were kind of trying to take advantage of during that stretch? Anything?
Just playing hard. Looking at how many fouls I had, I think I had 3 for the game. SPF player fouls.
Mhm.
Yeah, trying to read this. Yeah, just trying to I think there's a rule within the last 2 minutes of a quarter, or right before that 2 minutes, you can, if you're not in the bonus, you can kind of use some of those fouls a little bit, and that's what we were trying to do, is just be aggressive on the ball before that 2-minute mark. And I was able to kind of get my hands on some passes, just trying to be disruptive. I didn't really shoot it great, so just trying to do other stuff defensively. Couldn't get to the line again. So just trying to find different ways to be effective.
I imagine, the offense is going to be tougher without a guy like Chet out there, what he does, and even a guy like Ihart. How would you describe just how many variables have to go right with this group, kind of without those guys on offense?
I think a lot of our offense stems from how we're doing on defense, and I think when we're not, you could tell our offense got better when we got more engaged defensively. So obviously nobody's offense is perfect in the NBA, and ours is still far from that, but I think a lot of our issues arise when we're not playing defense and being scrappy. And I think right when we got scrappy is when we started getting stops, and we're able to get out in transition, and that just naturally makes a team kind of spread out, and then you can start running stuff and getting what you want. So like I said, offense is something that's hard to control over the course of the year, but defensively, if we can have the same energy pretty much nightly, I think we'll be better for our offense regardless of how we shoot.
A few quarters for your defense to click in the way that you probably wanted it to. What were you guys able to get to in the fourth quarter defensively that you didn't quite have prior to that?
Yeah, I thought fourth quarter was good. We played with great intensity and pressure. We were early to our spots, and we just amped it up a little bit. I mean, you never want to be down by whatever, we were down by 18 or whatever. But when you want to fight back. I thought we did that tonight, but certainly didn't string together enough minutes to control a game on the road.
Well, you ended up with a season high and 3-point attempts. I just wondered, did you like the process? Was that kind of what the game gave you? What did you see there?
I thought a lot of them were clean. I thought, we could have played quicker on the catch and interactions, and so they're not all created equally. The ones where we're attacking and spraying the ball out and they're open, obviously we're going to take those, especially San Antonio was really tight in their help tonight. There was a lot of possessions where I just thought we were a little slower than we normally are or than we need to be. And on those possessions, it's less about the end shot that you end up getting, whether it's open or not, but we got to be a little bit sharper to play better on offense.
It was more the same in terms of the free throw disparity tonight. Do you think there's any correlation there with the 3-point attempts? Was that a separate issue? What did you see there?
I don't have much of an opinion on that one tonight. I just thought on both ends of the floor we didn't play, clearly good enough to win. Give San Antonio credit. I thought they played really hard from the jump, played with great effort. Mitch is doing a great job. They played with a lot of confidence from the beginning of the game. They went and earned that game. They deserve to win.
What have you seen from Dylan Jones in the minutes that he's had over these last couple of games here?
Yeah, he brings energy to the game. The intensity of the game lifts when he's out there. He's early in his career. He's got to work on some execution stuff, which is expected, but he's doing what he should be doing, which is he's going out there and competing inside the team. When his number gets called, he's been ready to do that now. 2 straight games, he's given us really good minutes.
Anybody else for Coach?
Mark, sorry, a guy like Keldon, what did you see from him at the end of that first half, and what is it about? Maybe small. I know he's not 1-for-1 with a guy like P.J. Washington, but were there any similarities in the way they kind of got their buckets?
I mean, it's all different. Every game's different, but I think he got some confidence going in the first half. I thought we had control of the game. We were up by 10, and then they got some confidence going and rhythm going. They had us on our heels. He was in the middle of all that. He gets some clean looks early to fall, and then his confidence lifted as he finished the first half. I thought we did a decent job on him in the second half, but that's when the game started to get away from us a little bit. Was during that stretch in the second quarter, and he had everything to do with that.
You talked for a week about the inevitability of centers doing what they're going to do against you guys, against this team, but having to lean on to those strengths. I guess, do you feel like you guys tapped into those strengths too late in this one?
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment. I thought both ends of the floor, we just weren't, up to the bar that would have been required to like control a game on the road against a team that was hungry and playing with a lot of confidence. And so, again, we were down close to 20, fought back. We always want to fight back. We never want to be down 20, but if we are, we always want to play all the way through the game. We did that on Sunday. We did that tonight. So the resilience was great. But again, if you want to come in here on the road and get a win, you got to do it from the jump. And I thought they were the better team the majority of the night tonight. They deserve credit.
Anybody else? Go ahead.
Last thing, you played Adam Flagler in a spot where he wouldn't usually play. I just wondered, what was your thought process with his minutes?
With Isaiah Joe out, I thought he could give us a little bit of that role. He's been really, really consistent for a long period of time and is a low mistake player. He does not make a lot of mistakes. And so he's got shooting gravity, doesn't make a lot of mistakes. Obviously, he didn't shoot it well tonight, but he did what we've asked him to do, which is be reliable on defense, hunt shots on offense. It would be unfair to judge him, in his first real stretch of minutes in the regular season for the shot-making element. I thought he went out there and did what we would have expected him to do. If a couple of those shots fall, everybody would feel different about that. But he's earned those minutes, and we wanted to give him an opportunity.